Hello, church. I have a little bit of a word snack for you today. It's like, because you know how people describe the Bible as like our daily bread? It's like food. So I'm like, well, if like reading a whole chapter or something is like a meal, then like one verse is a snack. So I've got a word snack for you today. Found in John chapter 14, verse 27, and it says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." See, Jesus gives us peace, and it's different than the peace that the world gives, because the peace that the world gives is circumstantial. It can change due to circumstance. So when we are at peace, not at peace, when we and our loved ones are cared for, and when like our jobs are going fine, there's no conflict, like everybody's healthy and happy and just in a safe place, we feel like we're at peace. Like, oh, like I can rest, I can breathe, like there's no anxiety going on. It's all good. We're good. There's peace. But the instant conflict comes in, or disaster strikes, or like a virus goes and takes over the whole world, that peace turns tail and runs. And it doesn't stick around. And it gets replaced by fear and worry and stress. But the peace that Jesus gives is the complete opposite. It sticks around. It stays constant. And I like to compare it to the eye of a storm. If you've ever seen a picture of a hurricane or like any big storm, the way it works is that there's huge winds going around in circles that are destroying everything, but in the very center, there's this hole, and it's called the eye of the storm. And in there, it's complete calm, complete peace. There's no danger. It's the safest place you can be in the middle of a storm. And that's how God's peace works, is that there could be so much going on around you, chaos, so much destruction, death, worry, fear, but or things that cause worry and fear and anxiety. But if you stay tucked in to God's peace and just rest and not think about those things, not worry about them, not allow them to control your life, then you're at peace, and it doesn't leave. And near the end of that verse, it said, "Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not fear." Because we are in control of whether that peace sticks around or not. Or rather, I should say, whether we stay in that peace or not, because it's always there. It's always constant. Like the eye of a storm doesn't disappear. It's always there when the storm is there. But we can choose whether we're going to stay in it or whether we're going to step out into the storm, into the worry, into the fear, and allow those negative thoughts to keep battering us until we, like, that it completely chases any amount of peace that we have away and destroys us. Or we can choose to not worry, not fear, do not let our hearts be troubled, and rest in the knowledge that our God loves us and He cares for every single one of us. And like it says in Romans 8:28, He works all things, bad and good, together for good to those whom He loves and who love Him. So any bad situation, He will turn around for good. It may take time for us to actually see it, but I just think of like forest fires. If anybody knows anything about forest fires, is that when after it happens, there is so much new growth after the destruction that, like, because the soil, it has new nutrients in it from the ash, and it springs up anew and fresh and better than before. Because that's what happens as a result of destruction. That's how God's kingdom works. He takes the bad and turns it to good. So we can rest in that, rest in his peace, and know everything's going to be okay. He is working for my benefit. I don't have to worry. I don't have to fear. I can just rest in his love, rest in his peace. It's going to be okay. And so I just pray that for you, everybody who's watching this, that you would know how much God loves you, that you would take hold of his peace, and that you would just rest in it. I just pray peace over you in this time. I mean, in every time, because really, like, every time, even if your family is healthy, you can still be worrying about something. Yeah, so I just pray peace. Be at peace, and God bless.